so excited to be here with you today. That is because I just experienced a place of darkness. It was a couple days that it took me this time, and I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't stop crying. I was just in this place of darkness, really. And um, and one thing that I noticed that and the reason I'm excited to be here with you today is because I handled it differently than I would have in the past. I was vulnerable and transparent. I came forward and I asked for help. And one of the ways I did was posting on Facebook, and I was just like, I need some love and support right now. And some of you were there and supported me through text messages and emails and phone calls, and or commented. And what was beautiful about it is that even though I wasn't really ready to talk about it at the time, I read the messages and I didn't feel alone. I could see the light. So even though I was in this tunnel of darkness, the light was right there and I could see it, where before the darkness was just all around me and surrounding me. And that's where we get into this place of hopelessness and unworthiness. And so one of the things that I noticed really helped me was people asked me questions or they gave me advice. And so one of the things Sunny asked me was, what is it that triggered this? And I love this because when you can identify what triggered it, you can start to gain your power back and begin to be thankful or find value in the experience. And even if you can't get to the place of being thankful, at least you can at least take your power back and choose how you want to move forward. And so in that moment, I was like, okay, what was it? And I had a lot of things coming at me. I had financial stuff, or still do, legal stuff that was weighing down on me, and it's kind of scary right now. But also, I had three important relationships close to me, where there were one conversations, one via email and two via text message, where people were coming at me. One was saying, "Oh, I just want to be there for you and help you because I don't think that you'll ever find true love." Another one was, "You're not ready to speak your truth. You're just coming from a place of defensiveness." And then another one was about my design work, and this person thought that I was kind of trying to pull one over on them, which I wasn't. So I had to sit there and go, okay, how much of this is my responsibility? What of this stuff is mine? And what of it is not mine, and I'm not going to bring onto myself or get upset about, because it could just be a mirror of what they're going through, and they're mirroring it onto me. And so that was weighing on me. But really, what got me into that dark place was I was at this veteran meeting. It was a group of veterans, and I was so excited to share. I've been wanting to start this center for veterans, where we teach mindfulness and energy work and everything. And I wanted to bring different practitioners in, and then let the veterans learn and hopefully teach also, like get to the place where they can teach. And so, anyways, I was really excited to share the plans and moving forward. And I had a fundraiser coming together, and I was like, I have this exciting news. I'm working on starting a center for veterans in a retreat center in Stillwater. And one of the people next to me was like, oh my gosh, yeah, did I show you? We just acquired a center for female veterans, and look, it's amazing, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool. And then the guy next to me is like, yeah, look at this spot. Look at this retreat space. We go, and it has horses and this and that. And I was like, cool, awesome, okay, all right. And so then I was like, and I found a publisher. And the guy goes, oh yeah, I've written 3 books. And my son over there, he's 14, and he's written one and published it himself. And I was like, cool. But within me, I started to compare myself, which sounds silly now, but I did. I started to compare where I was and how they were already ahead of me. So who am I to start a center when these people are already doing it and these people are doing it? Who am I? And are people going to come to my center and all this stuff, which is just so silly. It's all just ego, right? Instead of being just excited that there's all these resources for veterans. How amazing is it that there's all these resources? And how amazing is it that this guy wrote 3 books? That's so cool. And he's shining his light out there. And here I was like making myself feel less than by him sharing an amazing thing. So that all goes down to it was nothing that they were doing. It was all my own self-worth stuff. And part of that was the friends coming in and saying this stuff, and the client and all these other things were coming at me. And all of a sudden I was just like, and I just isolated and I went down. And like I said, it was more than just those things. There was the financial stuff and the legal stuff and everything. And I was having to buy plane tickets for this conference I'm going to be speaking at, not knowing how I was going to like get that money together. And anyways, so it was just all this stuff happening. But having those people to reflect the light back at me was huge. So the other part was, once I saw the light, resituating my vision, okay? So like not letting the blinders come on and keeping them off and keeping my heart open. And even if I'm feeling grief and pain and sadness, feeling it but flowing with it. So I had this kind of crazy day about a month or two ago, and I was at the Armory the next morning and still like puffy-eyed from crying and not getting any sleep the night before and everything happening. And I was walking past the chaplain's table and I saw this book, What to Do on the Worst Day of Your Life. So even though it's kind of dramatic, it was very fitting for what I needed to hear at the time. So I opened it up, no joke, just opened it up and came to this page. To recover all on the worst day of your life, you must reorient your vision. The present crisis can cast you into darkness like a total eclipse of the sun. The crisis can move between you and the light, casting a dark shadow over your life and paralyzing you from engaging in productive activity. The terrible thing that has happened can appear so big that it seems impossible to focus on anything else. The crisis becomes the only thing you can see. That's when you must reorient your vision. You must find a way to look beyond the crisis and establish your vision of recovering all. That's when God's word is like a light shining in a dark place. Doubt allowed to linger too long will produce dangerous emotional and spiritual instability, right? So that's the difference. Not sitting there and allowing that instability to rock you and shake you. And I mean, feel that grief, feel the emotions. And there was a part of me too, even when I was in the grief, I was still comparing myself. I drove to go pick up pizza because that's all I could like muster up the energy to do in my pajamas. So I go to pick up the pizza and there's a homeless person on the side of the road, and I gave her $5 and then I was like, here you are, can't even get out of your bed in your house under your roof, which you have heat on, and even though you don't know how you're going to pay the next heat bill, you have heat right now. So like, and that's where you live, is in the present moment right now. So why are you letting the fear about where you might end up, or the fear of like who's going to come to this center, and what if you can't make it happen, and blah, 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 blah. It's so ridiculous, okay? So not that me being in that sad place, but it was like, then I started to compare myself to the lady that was standing on the side of the road, you know, and she has her own journey and her own struggles and her own beautiful, amazing light to shine. So one of the things Sunny said, and she said it way better, but like it was all about comparison and how it's a lose-lose, because when you compare yourself to people, either you're above them or you're below them, right? So like there's never any, just like we're all one. We're all equal here. Yes, there are social injustices, but I'm saying on a soul level, energy-wise, and like how we choose. We have a choice. We all have a choice in how we choose to live this life. So I'm going to end it with a little song, but thank you all. Thank you all for shining your lights bright. And please know that wherever you're at in this moment, right now is right where you're meant to be. It's perfect and divinely timed right where you are. So give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing awesome. We're all in this life thing together. So let's give love, because love wins.
Feeling the kindness and love's inside us. Nobody can sell this or try to buy this, because love is righteous and it might just save the whole world from this global crisis. So throw your hands up if you know